The Super Bowl is tomorrow. A lot of on Sunday this weekend. Excuse me. We have fence questions. We have 6 questions. We have 9 minutes. We're gonna fly through these. You ready?
Here we go.
Let's go.
First one. Will Hassan Reddick have more sacks than Chris Jones? Everyone on set today said no.
For a second, I thought he said sex. Will he have more sex than Chris Jones? That's what I thought he said for a
The
second.
answer will also be no on that one.
I don't know if BetJack has odds on that one. That one might be tough to find.
I like
odds
that there
on.
was a nugget in there.
Yeah.
Nugget in
Yeah.
there now.
Yeah, listen, I'm part of this now. The nugget adds a nice touch. Tyvis and Jason said yes. Everyone else said no. G, you didn't get your words off last time. You were the only one to answer this question. Go.
What?
Why do you think Chris Jones has more sacks than Hassan Reddick?
How do I think?
No,
Why
why
do
do
you-
you think that he will?
Oh, because Chris Jones is a better player and he dominates in big games. What are
Chris
you talking
Jones
about?
had never had a sack in the playoffs before the Bengals game.
But he had a.
But he had two
But he had
big
2
ones.
in that game.
Big ones.
He had a sack in the Super Bowl.
No, he didn't.
He had no sacks in the Super Bowl.
No,
against-
because you're right. That was, I remember they
had
said
not
that's
had a
his
sack.
first postseason
It was
sack
his first
ever.
postseason sack last week.
and he had 2.
ironically.
Yeah.
Well, Chris Jones still. I don't care. He's better.
Easy money. All right, next question. Will Jalen Hurts be the leading rusher in the Super Bowl? There is one person alone on this side of the fence, and Steve, it is the chicken nugget. I think he will be.
Wow.
You're tripping.
Why?
I think when the biggest game comes to fruition, I think as soon as the pocket breaks down, Hurts is going to run. They're going to have design
Who do you
runs.
guys
They know-
think is going to be the leading
they,
rusher?
they know they can take everything out, and I still think his shoulder's kind of banged up. I think he's going to have like 65 rushing yards.
I got Isaiah Pacheco as the leading rusher in the game.
Oh, wow. Really?
I
Nah,
actually,
the back from Philly's not bad.
Miles
No,
Sanders.
Sanders is going to
not-
lead the
it's-
lead. He'll be the
not-
leading
not
rusher
bad.
for the game.
I got Pacheco. Eagles' weakness is their run defense.
We ain't taking nobody from Rutgers as the lead rusher. No,
and
we
and
not.
Kansas City just, I mean, I know that that's their weakness, but they still
They've
love
run
to
it
throw
more,
the ball.
though. They
love
have
to
run
throw.
it more.
They did. Well, they needed to against the
I'm going with
Bengals.
Sanders on that one, but
Yeah.
I don't
you
think
guys
it'll be
going with-
Hurts.
all
I
going
don't
with
think it'll be
Sanders?
Hurts. Yeah, I am.
I got Pacheco.
Okay.
I might take Pacheco too, just on some sneaky.
Oh, stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid.
Wasn't there a game on Price is Right called Pachinko or Pacheco?
No, Plinko.
Plinko, okay,
They drop the discs and they hit those little pegs.
Yeah.
Let's go,
I mean,
Mikey.
there's like
Let's go, Mikey.
$10,000.
Really quick,
zero.
my favorite game was the mountain climber guy.
Yeah.
With the music.
And then if you go over, you fall off the
Yeah.
cliff.
My favorite game was the ones where you had to pick the price of the stuff, like the detergent or something, and you'd be like, "Hey, what?"
Gee, that's the whole show. Price is Right. There's a lot of games where you got to pick the
They're
price.
all like that.
all that.
Next.
We had
Plinko
like
was
that too.
awesome, though.
We
you
had
got?
3 different answers for who the leading rusher is, so it shows that
Yeah.
there is
Yeah.
a wide variance. Question number 3, speaking of threes, will there be more touchdowns than punts in this game? This was a split answer here. And Jay, you said no, you haven't gone yet. This one's all you.
Yeah, oftentimes what we think is going to happen in the Super Bowl doesn't happen.
Nope.
And I'm not
Generally,
talking
they're
about-
lower scoring than you expect.
Yes.
You are usually right on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I just think that as you look at these offenses, are they 1 and 2? Where are the
yeah.
offensive
Well,
rankings?
you said there were going to be more punts.
I think
Yeah,
they 1
no.
and 3 or something like that.
You expect, because
I
these
gotcha.
offenses are so highly ranked, that this is going to be a 35-31 shootout. I'm just saying that historically, when you think one thing's going to happen, a lot of times it doesn't. It's the other way around.
Man, it's
so
hard.
I think this game's going to be a little bit more about defense than people think.
Okay.
Could be wrong.
No?
It's very difficult.
I'm looking
Think of
for-
like
Let
a
it be a close
23-20.
game.
I'm looking
kinda
for a
game.
very good game here.
I am. It's a
I'll be
close game
disappointed if it's not a good game.
because you talk
I'll
yourself
be
out of a
really
lot of
upset.
stuff in the first quarter.
be-
First quarter, you be feeling it. They be doing.
I'll
yeah,
be,
I'm gonna run.
I'll be disappointed if it's
I
a
will
bad
too.
game.
Yeah.
I'll be mad.
All right, question 4. Will Patrick Mahomes throw for more touchdowns than Jalen Hurts scores total touchdowns? Another relatively split answer. Brad, you could go on this one. You said yes.
Yeah, well, Patrick Mahomes knows how to sling it, right? And Jalen Hurts knows how to lead. And now, was that going to translate into scores that he leads the way on? Mahomes is magical. And I saw him get off that plane, and he wasn't walking too bad.
No, he looked fine.
He wasn't walking too bad. So I was like, if he could just up it just a little bit, Mahomes going to put it down. Yes, he is.
It's
Are you
gonna
worried
be-
about his receivers? His receivers are all dinged up.
I know. But he got the safety blanket.
Travis Kelce.
Kelsey all day long.
But his back has been
Well,
kind of
Juju's
wonky.
is going to be fine. He's going
when
to
I
play.
say dinged up, they're gonna be out there. But
Yeah.
none of them are 100%.
None of those
that
guys
was-
are that great anyway.
When you were in the Super Bowl, I'd have been a state championship game. It ain't the Super Bowl.
Oh, you'll find
but
a way.
I done got shots.
You'll find
I
a
done
way.
got Vicodins.
You'll
I
find-
done got Percocets. I done got. I was out there on everything. Listen,
he ate a seal before to get that seal blood.
my grandmother gave me some old Indian burial type cream to put on. I took everything.
Put the Vaseline on.
They brought Rambo in.
He got the bone marrow. He did whatever it took.
He drank a bottle of castor oil.
Hey, listen, I got a transplant. They gave me an ankle transplant.
Rubbing the
Everything.
clear and the cream.
He walked in with the
My head
electronic.
got bigger.
He walked in with electronic stim machines on to
didn't
make
fit
sure
by
he
the
was
end of the
ready to
game.
Yeah,
go.
they like, man, G. Bush was hobbling. I broke my ankle. I was trying to run around playing basketball the week before the state championship game.
Oh.
And I fractured my ankle. And, we played St. Xavier. Shout out to Mike Doss. It didn't even matter, but I ended up playing, but he dominated. We won.
We got 2 more questions, Jay. You're going to get this one. Bull, you get the next one because
All right.
you guys are the lone ones on that side. Will either team force at least 2 turnovers in the game? Jay, you said yes, and you and me are alone.
Yeah, I think that there's always jitters that go along with this game. I don't think Mahomes is going to have them because he's been there. But I think Jalen Hurts, guys,
Oh.
I'm telling you, I'm still not completely convinced that he's
You correct.
that guy. I
You-
think
you
he's going to make
correct.
an ill-advised throw or two. And
He might get loosey-goosey with the ball
I'm afraid that he could.
on a scramble.
That first Super Bowl, guys that have played in 4, 5, 6, 7, 9,
Yeah.
they all talk about that first one as if it was a time warp. They don't remember it. The one thing they remember is running out of the tunnel, and then they remember the confetti afterwards.
hey, man,
it's just a blur.
I was just talking about that with T.O. He said, ask Donovan McNabb about that.
He didn't remember it. He's thrown up in the huddle.
Last one, Bull. Bull, you get the first stab at this.
Yeah.
Will the winning
Pull the
team
bull.
score at least 27 points?
track,
You
yeah.
said no, and you can tell us why. I also
Yeah,
said no.
which is funny
Yeah, because you said it would be.
I said there'd be more touchdowns than punts. I have a feeling early in the game there's going to be a lot of settling for field goals.
There often is.
And I think teams are now, especially the Eagles, but and now these are both teams that both use analytics, that scary word, and they're both very aggressive fourth down teams.
They are.
However, in the Super Bowl, especially a rookie coach in the Super Bowl, which is the Eagles, they can be a little tight in the Super Bowl.
Unless
early.
you're Sean Payton and you come out and start the second half with an onside kick.
So I think we'll see some field goals early. There won't be a lot of punts, and then the touchdowns will come. I think the final score is going to be like weird, like 26-23 or some oddball
Wow.
score, just under the 27.
And who you picking? Go around the horn real quick.
I got the Chiefs.
Brad,
Eagles.
G,
Chiefs.
Jay.
Eagles.
So I'm the deciding factor. I am taking the Eagles as well. Speaking of the people,
How does a Giants fan pick the Eagles?
you know, it hurts. I think I fell into this trap when they played the Patriots. I was like, I can't pick against Tom Brady, even though
Yeah.
I knew the Eagles were better. I don't feel good picking against Patrick Mahomes, but I do think overall
Mike-
the roster's better.
Mike-
We're quick, Brad. We got to get this in. This is sponsored.